Hey now, many of you have written in asking, how did I get the nickname, the Godfather of Consultative Sales? Well, I'm going to share that story with you today on this episode of The Inside BS Show. Welcome to another Inside BS Show. We take you inside business strategy and give you the inside scoop on B2B sales. So today, I'm going to share with you how I got the nickname the Godfather of Consultative Sales. You see, I work with a lot of really sharp, creative people. And one day, after a long 3-hour session in a group coaching meeting, one of my clients turned to me and he said, you know, you're just like the Godfather. He said, I'm going to call you the Godfather of Consultative Sales from now on. And then the other guys who were in the room were throwing around scenes from the movie and how I was just like Don Corleone in the movie. One of the examples they gave was how consultative sales encourages you, and I encourage my clients to build a community. And it was just like Don Corleone, the Godfather, building a family so that he could rule Brooklyn, or he could rule Queens like the mafia ruled each of the boroughs of Manhattan. You see, in New York City, there are 5 different families. Each of them run the boroughs of New York, Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island. And each of these 5 families controls a borough to themselves, and they stay within their boundaries, but that's where they earn, that's where they make their money. And the guy said, Dave, you teach people to build a family just like they built a family, but you teach them to build a family to dominate their industry just like they built a family to dominate the borough that they were in. So that was part of it. The second part of it was we work to deepen relationships. Everything we do in consultative selling is about relationships. It's about a handshake. And you always live up to your agreements. That's how you build relationships. And that's exactly the way the mob does business, the mafia does business in the Godfather movies. They do everything on a handshake. They put relationships first. They don't think about transactions until they think about relationships. The Don in Godfather 1, Don Corleone, sits at his daughter's wedding, and instead of people bringing gifts, they come and they ask the Don for favors. That's all about the relationship they have with him. So we build relationships, and we never get out of that life of building relationships, because just when we think we're out, they pull us back in. Now, then we got to the part about making offers to clients, like making offers in proposals, making offers in sales. And I'm a big believer that you don't write up a proposal. You write up agreements. And what you do is you make your offers verbally first. And I am a huge advocate in consultative selling of making offers with multiple options. So you give people option A, option B, and option C. And when you give them 3 options, they choose among them, but they don't go out and choose somebody else. So basically, we're making an offer they can't refuse. And when we're making an offer they can't refuse, we're just like the Godfather, because that's exactly what he does. The next way the guys said that I was just like the Godfather is I don't suffer fools. So if anybody goes outside of the family and lets them know what they're thinking, I let them have it. And I tell it to them just like it is. And there's a famous scene in the movie where Tom Hagen, Godfather 1, Tom Hagen is sitting down with the movie studio head. And the movie studio head has just refused the favor that Tom Hagen has asked on behalf of Don Corleone. So Tom Hagen gets up and he wipes his hands, puts his napkin down. He says, thank you for your hospitality. I need to leave right now. Please have your car. Take me back to the airport. Don Corleone is a man who insists on hearing bad news right away. So he doesn't suffer fools. He wants to hear bad news right away because he wants to react right away, and he gives it to him straight. And that's how I am. So that's another way that I am just like the Godfather. Finally, the 5th way that people say that I'm just like the Godfather is I am ruthlessly competitive. And when I work with my clients, when I coach my clients, I want them to be extra specially nice to everyone as long as their interests don't conflict with mine. So I want you to be extra specially nice to everyone as long as their interests don't conflict with yours. If you liked this video, if you enjoyed learning why they call me the godfather of consultative sales, you asked, so I gave it to you. Join me right below. There's another video pulling up right now. I want you to join me there because we're going to talk more about consultative sales right there. I'll see you in that video.